Okay, right now we're looking at find the count. Actually, these not even in there. Find count of most frequent item in an array. So there's some odd English choice there, but it is what it is. We're going to do it and we're going to move forward. Find count of most frequent item in an array. This is done in Python. This is a Codewars exercise done in Python. Yes, 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 yes. Now that we're all reset, I can stabilize and be good to go in this mother. Okay, complete the function to find the count of the most frequent item of an array. You can assume that the input is an array of integers. For an empty array, return 0. Okay, so this seems like a kind of a classic problem where we've got a list of numbers. Find the most frequent item in the list. And you can really eyeball this one and realize that -1 is the most recent, the most frequent item in the list. Did I say recent before? I'm trying to find the most frequent, not recent, frequent. But yeah, looking at this, -1 is the most frequent item in the list. Thus, whatever this means, output it, but the output is 5. So what you're supposed to do is return the count of the most frequent, not the value of the most frequent. So there's a little bit of a twist here. Not the value, but the count. Most frequent. So yeah, pretty simple idea. Find out which value occurs most frequently and return the count of that item. Let's go. Enough being tongue-tied. I'm kind of crossed up here today. It's all good though. We stabilize, we keep it moving, baby. That's right. All right, so I've got an array or a list of numbers. How do I count the most frequent? What I'm going to do first is create a set, because I'm going to get all the unique numbers unduplicated, and I'm going to loop through the set, and then I'm going to get the count of each unique number in the original collection. This is going to avoid I'm going to avoid counting the same numbers over and over again. Like if there's 3 3s in a list, if I loop and each time I hit a 3, I do a count. I count 3 and then 3 and then 3. Like, it doesn't make sense to count a number more than once. So I'm going to get a collection of unique numbers, and I'm going to just get the count for each one of those unique numbers. Pretty, a little more efficient if you're dealing with a large set, which I may not be. Always good to deal with a large set, my friends, whatever the hell that means. Draw your own innuendo. So what I'm going to do here, as I said, I'm going to loop through the set, and then for each number in the set, I'm going to get the count of that value in the original collection. And so yeah, I'm going to use the count function to get the number of occurrences of the current value, so I know how many there is, right? That's why I use the count. But the reason I'm doing it, well, I'm going to get the largest occurrence, the largest number of occurrences. So I'm going to place it into this variable, and what I'm going to do as I loop, I'm going to compare the current one to what I already have as the most frequent. Really the number or the variable, the value with the highest number of occurrences. I think I'll say it correctly at some point. All right, so what I'm dealing with here is I'm going to do the classic algorithm for finding the largest of a set or a collection of numbers, where I'm going to get my current number of occurrences, and if that number of occurrences is greater than what I have already established is the highest amount, then the highest amount is going to become that count. And looping through in this manner, most frequent is going to hold the highest number of occurrences. And yeah, if you haven't seen this one before, if you haven't seen this idea before, take a minute to check this out. It's very useful. This kind of algorithm, you can get the maximum of a collection of numbers. You can also get the minimum of a collection of numbers by simply changing the direction of the greater than symbol. But I will not be changing that now because I'm getting the largest, and that's that. So as I return here, I'm going to have the highest number of occurrences in most freq, and that's going to be it. So let's go through, hit the attempt. Sounds good. That is great. I love it. I love it. It's always good when a plan works out. All right, folks. Hope you enjoyed my jumbled up explanation. Some are better than others, but we do this in one take, and that's it, baby. Because it's all good. We're all good in the neighborhood. I'm good. You're good. And I